I'm gonna need y'all's participation. So I had a friend named Huey. Huey's a good kid, good in school, right? But Huey wasn't always there. He was spacing off, and he used to have these crazy ideas. And I wasn't anybody to tell him you can't do that. So one day, sitting in class, Huey's sitting there, and he's like, man, I really have this dream to go and fly. And I'm gonna go fly amongst the birds. So what he does is he takes some pencils, he chops off the eraser, he chops off the lead, and then he cuts some notches into it, almost like seats or windows for an airplane, right? He takes the other pencil, he knocks off the eraser, he knocks off the lead, and he says, I have 2 magical sticks. Huey loved popsicles, so he said, what better to eat a popsicle and then attach it to the stick as my propeller? So sure enough, 3 o'clock rings, school bell lets out, Huey takes off running down the street, like Clifton would say, boogity, 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 all the way down to his house. Climbs up into the highest tree, waits for a flock of birds to come by. And when that flock of birds came by, Huey grabbed his magical sticks and jumped out that tree. And what happened?
He fell.
He fell, exactly. Y'all know we can't fly. I know we can't fly. Huey didn't know we couldn't fly. So the next day, he's sitting in class, and I can see the gears turning in Huey's head, and he's thinking, what can I do to make these sticks help me fly? So he gets this great idea. He remembers the iron birds that be flying around in the sky. What are the iron birds? Airplanes, exactly. So he takes both the sticks and he puts them together. And now he has something that looks like an airplane. So he says, surely I'm going to be able to fly this time. So the bell lets out, Huey takes off running home, climbs even higher into that tree, waits for the flock of birds to come, spins his propeller, and jumps out that tree like Superman. But which way did he go? Down. He went straight down, because Huey can't fly. I mean, we all get it. Huey don't get it. So, 3rd day, Huey's like, maybe I'm missing a step here. So he's analyzing everything, and he says, the great iron birds make a roaring sound as they're flying through the air. So I'm not gonna roar. Maybe if I say my name loud enough, the birds will hear me, they'll flap their wings, and I'll be able to get some of that magic flying wind and go off with them. So I tell him, Huey, that ain't gonna work. I don't know why you're even thinking that. Your mom's getting mad, you busted up your arm, but he wasn't hearing me. So the school bell lets out, Huey takes off running home, climbs up even higher into that tree to where the branch is starting to bend, sees the flock of birds come across the sky, and he jumps out that tree and screams his name as loud as he can. What was his name?
Huey.
Y'all gotta keep saying it.
Huey.
Say it.
Huey.
And just like that, Huey was off flying with the birds. Now, birds fly south in the winter, so it was starting to get cold and he wanted to fly south. So he had to change the tone of his voice. It's kind of like how birds sing, right? So instead of going Huey, he now went Huey! And I need y'all to do that too. Okay. And just like that, the propeller turned the other way. Huey went flying with the birds. He used his imagination to live happily ever after.